Hi everyone, this is Illumin Artist. Today we are going to learn how to draw some cloth. So in order to do that, I have this piece of cloth as an image imported out into my Procreate app, and for this purpose you can use any app. Procreate is not a requirement because the general principles that we're going to use can apply anywhere. So with that, let's get started. So I'll move on to the next layer here, and even though I can pick the same colors that the cloth has, I'm going to try and eyeball this and pick up colors as I see them. And I think that should be good for the basic shape. I'll just go ahead and drop in the color, and it seems that we're leaving out areas, so I'll just reduce the threshold. Now, what process I generally follow, and it's not something you need to follow as well, but it just helps me out as a good guideline, is to keep going one shade darker each time and kind of just block in the areas that I feel would be dark, and then do the same process for the lighter shades. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let me add my base color into the palette here, and then let me just go one shade darker, and let me kind of just block in the dark areas. Now I'm not trying to be too precise about this. I'll change my brush to a soft airbrush, and I'll let my opacity be slightly lower than 100%, but it's just personal preference. And I'll also use an alpha lock so that I don't go outside the boundaries. So needing a bigger brush there. And notice I'm not trying to be 100% precise over here when I try to do this. Alright, so now that we've gone ahead and done that, I will just add darker shade here as well, and I think that should be fine and fairly good enough for the blocking phase that we are on right now. So just as you can see, blocked in the light shades of where I feel that colors might go. And remember that I'm not trying to accurately replicate all of the folds that I see there. The purpose here is just to be able to make sure that the viewers feel that what they are looking at is in fact cloth. So now that we have our base outlined, all I'm going to do is go a shade darker still and work with a smaller brush size than what we had, and I'm going to just add in all of these darker areas that we see around here. It is also worth noticing that the folds generally always originate from a corner. So whenever you're drawing these folds on a piece of cloth that a character is wearing, it would probably be starting from areas such as the shoulders and so on and so forth. Alright, so I think that should be good enough for the darker shade, and although we might still go in and add a bit more of darks later on, for now I think this should be good, and I'll go ahead and move into the lighter shade. So for the lighter shade, I'll just move it upwards a bit and maybe a little bit to the left. Let's see how that one looks. Alright, that looks good. I'll just add this to my palette. Once again, I'll reduce the brush size for this and go ahead. And one thing to notice is that the lights are always directly adjoining the darks. So if you see that I've drawn a dark line here, I will draw the lighter line right next to it, kind of like even sticking to it in many cases, to give kind of that feel for the cloth. So now I think that I'm happy with the basic blocking that I've done. I'll go ahead and blend all of these colors in. So in order to do that, I'll choose the blending brush and I'll use the soft airbrush as my blending brush with the size somewhere around 9%, and I'll vary that as I go. So that is what the basic process looks like overall, and now all this is a matter of repetition and practice. So all you've got to do is follow the same steps over and over and refine your drawing. So I'll just go ahead and finish this up and check back later. Hey guys, this is it. This is my final version of the drawing. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video on how to draw drapery. And if you did, please be sure to subscribe to my channel, as there are a lot more videos coming your way. Until then, peace out.